and we learn how to worship and serve God together. Well, this morning I want to highlight or feature one of the areas of ministry here at Still Heights that is probably the fastest growing ministry in our church right now, because we have so many wonderful young families coming, and we have dedicated and spirit-led volunteers and servant leaders there. And that's the area of children's ministry. So I want to take this opportunity to invite Antoinette Moore, our children's coordinator, to come on up. Come on up, Antoinette. Let's give her a hand. Now, talking about commitment to her calling, this is one of the few ministry leaders in this church that has been cried on, spit on, peed on, kicked. But she's persevered, and she does it because she loves the children of Still Heights Baptist Church. So, Antoinette, let's talk a little bit about Power Up Ministries. That's our children's ministry here on Sundays. And let's talk about what's going on right now. What's our current reality at Still Heights?
Sure, I'd love to share that with you all. Thank you for the opportunity for me to share this with you all this morning. This is my passion. I've been serving in children's ministry for 15 years now. I started as a volunteer and then came on to staff 8 years ago. But I want to tell you that my joy has been serving your children. I never imagined that being my reality after Bonnie had approached me one day to come serve in children's ministry, and I had agreed, and it has been the greatest blessing in my life. So thank you for allowing me to serve your children. So I'm just going to share with you, this is kind of our current reality right now in Power Up and Nursery. So our nursery right now is from 0 to 36 months. Right now we have 38 children who are attending, and that's between both services. That's a lot of babies. And apparently I know there are a few more on the way, so we're going to be adding to that. Right now, as we speak, we do have full complement for that age group, but we are always looking for leaders for our new ministry year, as well as our preschool ages 3 to 5. We have 44 children attending in that age group, and we have 10 leaders right now. Now here is where you're going to kind of see where the pinch is and where we're struggling and where we're going to need extra help. So from elementary grades 1 through 6, we have 78 children attending, and we only have 9 leaders to help out. So our total leadership for Power Up is 40, and right now our total children is 160. Now, not all the children come, obviously, to one service. It's broken up between the two, and not 160 show up. On average, right now, we probably see anywhere from 90 to 100 kids every Sunday between the two services. All right, so here are our Power Up ratios. So right now in nursery, we have 2 leaders per 6 children, preschools 2 leaders per 10 children, and grades kindergarten to grade 6, it is 2 leaders per 20 children. So this is actually mandated and required by our insurance policy to meet these numbers. Listen, your child's safety is so important to me, and so we absolutely need to at least meet that minimum requirement. We also require additional support because we do have a growing number of children who need some extra guidance, and so this is kind of where it's going to lead into where I'm asking for leadership to step up and help. All right. You want the next question?
Okay. Great. Sorry.
That's okay. Could have gone.
So that's the model and strategy that you'd like to get to. So this is the current one. This isn't what you would like to be at.
No.
Okay, so why don't you show us what you'd like to be at?
Okay, so this is the structure we had already set in place pre-COVID. So I know COVID has thrown in some wrenches and has changed things a lot. And I acknowledge that's impacted all of us. But this is definitely the ideal structure that we are looking to use. And primarily, we're looking for the small group feel because we want to do life together. We want to be able to pour into your children's faith, spending time in God's Word, praying together, meeting together, encouraging one another. And unfortunately, with the size of group that we have right now, it's not where we want to be, okay? So when you've got this age, grade 1, all the way going up to grade 6, and we're trying to find this middle ground of where to minister and teach, it's a real challenge. So ideally, we'd like to move to 0 to 23 months, which would consist of 3 teams, both a 9 o'clock and an 11 o'clock. And in each of those groupings, there would be 3 leaders. And then for everybody else, so from ages 2 up to grade 5, 6, they would be broken up ages 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, grade 3, 4, and grade 5, 6. There would be 2 teams, both a 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, Team A, Team B, with a teacher and 2 supports. Okay, so our ideal Power Up leadership needs a total of 82 volunteers, and we're at 40 right now, so more than double. So as you can see, we need 18 for the nursery, 12 for ages 2 and 3, and the same for the rest. So, yes.
All right. Well, that's a great vision, Antoinette, and it's built on the premise that Power Up Ministries is not just childcare on Sunday mornings for our families. That's not the vision here at Still Heights. Christ commanded us to go and make disciples of all the nations at the end of his earthly ministry. And when he said go and make disciples, he wasn't referring to just people 18 and older. In fact, most people that come to Christ do so before the age of 12. And so this ministry that we call Power Up is so important because it's a disciple-making ministry. And under family ministries, which Pastor Bonnie heads up, and Antoinette and Pastor Ben serve in family ministries, the vision for family ministries is so that we are like the hands, say Power Up Ministry or youth on Wednesdays, and we're helping parents and families disciple their children because we believe that the best discipleship happens at home as parents take their God-given responsibility and disciple their children at home. And so that image there is something that God put on Pastor Bonnie's heart, and we wanted to share that with you this morning, just so that you remember that we're here, Power Up, on Sunday mornings is first and foremost is a disciple-making ministry. And yes, we provide care, but we all need to be involved in this ministry in some capacity, either through prayer or through actively serving. So how can people get more information about Power Up Ministry? Well, you can always talk to Antoinette or Pastor Bonnie. You can come up to the ministry fair and our volunteer appreciation immediately after the service. So no fellowship and coffee in the lobby after the service. We're inviting you to come on up. There's some amazing desserts. And there's tables, not just for Power Up, but for all the different ministries represented here at Still Heights. And you can talk to the ministry leaders at those tables. You can ask them, why is this a vital ministry here at Still Heights? How can I get involved? And they can help you make an informed decision about your service opportunities here at Still Heights. we really want to see every person that calls Still Heights their home church to have one area at least of focus ministry. Yes, there's always those events, those kind of all hands on deck events where, like Family Day, we ask you to do a one-off ministry serve. But it is our hope and prayer that as you grow in your relationship with Christ here, that you would be willing to serve God sacrificially. Maybe that means coming to one service and worshiping at the other. Well, that'll be hard to do over the summer because we're going to one service. But in the fall, when we kick back to 2 services, that might be a good model that works for you, so you can serve on Sunday mornings here at Still Heights. And then for our Power Up families, next steps is on June 25th, after the 11 a.m. service, we're inviting families to come down to the fireside room. We're going to have some pizza together. We'll have some care for the kids. About a 1-hour meeting just to talk about in more detail the direction and the vision of Power Up Ministries. And we'd love to have a focus group come out of that, of parents who could work with Pastor Bonnie and Antoinette and just help serve as a focus group, and that we could do this together. So that's the next steps that are involved, and we just want to bless all the families here at Still Heights. And Antoinette, thank you so much for all that you do, and I know that you've got other people, lots of great volunteers working with you, and Jenny and Amaris as well. So God bless you. Thank you for serving our children here at Still Heights.
Thank you.